Remember, everywhere you go, you take you with you. Your problems or shortcomings don't disappear simply because you picked up a passport. I've done a video on MGTOW before and have given my perspective on it. Check the card above for a link to it. If you're not familiar with MGTOW, it stands for men going their own way. I changed the M from men to males. We'll kind of get into it a little bit, but in this discussion I want to go a little deeper and be specific about a particular group of males known as passport bros. Passport bros are guys who have given up on finding love in the United States and have decided to grab their passports and go abroad in search of the perfect woman who would make a caring, nurturing, and submissive wife, or just any female that is remotely feminine. On the surface, I don't blame them. In their minds, it's slim pickings in the good old US of A. The females here do tend to be more masculine and feminine and are very demanding and usually make it quite clear they have no plans to bring anything to the relationship.
I am the table.
Disgusting.
While I may agree with their assessment, I think it's very important to recognize a few things that are seldom discussed and leads to devastating consequences that will be identical to what their experiences would have been if they never left the country. One of those things is understanding that building a relationship is a lot like building a house. Without a firm foundation, the beauty of a home is irrelevant when it comes crumbling down, and it's the same for relationships. The guys have no idea how to lay a strong foundation, and relationship disasters will follow them, and this is due to a lack of understanding in several key areas, such as understanding other cultures, understanding family structure, and understanding themselves. As it turns out, despite America being one of the richest countries on earth, its citizens are not nearly as traveled as you would think they would be. Not many Americans ever leave the city or county that they are born in. This makes understanding other cultures near impossible, which makes snatching up those passports a not so good idea.
Not a great plan.
Various cultures from around the world handle marital duties and responsibilities differently, and depending on where you find your passport wife, you may be handing over your ability to manage your own relationship and marital business. And are there dowries involved? Do these bros know what a dowry is?
I'm extremely stressed and worried because the mounting costs of marrying a Thai woman is beyond my expectations, and I'm running short.
I need to know how much for the dowry. Not what they're wanting, but what they're okay with now.
So what you can do now?
50,000 baht right now.
If them say no, maybe our relationship is broke up.
Assessing cultural norms and adjusting expectations is a necessary part of that foundation that was spoken of earlier. Otherwise, the relationship is being built on shifting sand.
The theory is that Asian women are submissive, while black women are not submissive. And this is what my Asian friend, a male, he told me. He said, bro, Asian women are heavy into family, which means if you get in a relationship with her, you got to be around their family a lot. Also, the more serious you get with them, a lot of times they'll invite the family to live with y'all, or y'all go live with them. You moving into your girlfriend's parents' house or having your girlfriend's parents moving into your house doesn't seem too lit. But that's the thing you should know.
Do passport bros understand proper family structure? Have they had the necessary teaching by either example or word that will help them establish a well-based family unit? In my humble opinion, the answer would be no. My reasoning is they wouldn't feel a need to go elsewhere. I want to take a moment right here and state very clearly that just because you get a foreign wife isn't automatically a bad thing and doesn't necessarily make you a passport bro. I'm speaking about those guys who feel like they have no other option at all but to go abroad. With that said, I'll continue. So what is proper family structure? In any home, it should be God, husband, wife, children. In that order. Full stop. I can already see in my mind's eye the hate-filled comments and negative responses, but this is exactly where we are falling off the apple cart as a society. Feminism has told females they don't need a man and has told males that manly attributes in leadership is toxic and should be avoided. What we are left with are broken relationships, or relationships that fail to begin, or the idea we need to go abroad to find a relationship just to bring someone back to the U.S. to have it fall apart anyway.
After you want something, you're gonna want something else. And after you get that, you're gonna want something else.
Yeah.
Like there's never gonna be an end to it.
When he tells me that he can't really afford these expensive things now, I feel like he's breaking promises that he gave me before I arrived.
What?
Where are you going?
I'm going to get my wallet.
Bring me my red bag with my makeup.
Can I have a key?
Yes, you can have a key.
What is your attitude? Come on.
You're not my boss. You can't tell me what to do.
Relax, all right?
Shout out to the Miss Mojo channel for the clips. As you can see, it doesn't matter where you go on God's green earth if you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't know how to pick a woman, then you are bound to fail. Here is where we perfectly segue into the root of the problem, the heart of the shifting sands of a relationship. These bros don't know who they are, and more importantly, and I don't mean this to be harsh, but they don't know the first thing about being a man. It goes back to my comment about feminism and the erasure of manly qualities by calling them toxic, which is shaming language, by the way, something feminists pretend to hate until it suits their agenda.
How dare you?
Calm down, Greta. I have truth I need to speak here. And some of that truth has to do with how our boys are raised. It quite literally begins at home, with 80% of black children and 40% of white children being born out of wedlock. That means a great number of boys are being raised by single mothers. Doesn't matter how much you believe a female can do it all by herself or how strong females are, the simple fact of the matter is a female cannot teach a boy how to be a man. You can't teach what you aren't and what you can't possibly ever be. With the absence of a manly influence, a fatherly influence, a boy is doomed to be an adult male until either he sees the necessity of needing a manly mentor or until life beats him down so viciously he wakes up and determines he isn't what he's supposed to be and makes the necessary adjustments to become a man. All in all, most end up effeminate males or adult pretenders or highly feminized dudes who later reach for passports and call themselves bros. I know this can be a bit of a bummer of a video. I get it. No one wants to be called out and no one wants to think of themselves as less than. Mothers want to think they are the best in the world and all dudes want to see themselves as a manly man, but the truth must not be thrown away because illusion and delusion is costly. The fact of the matter is this: a man is a man wherever he finds himself. As such, he can identify a woman and court her properly with the intention of forming a strong family unit. There are plenty of women or adult females are progressing into their womanhood to be found all around the world, even right here in America. The boys and adult males don't see them because they aren't posting half-naked pictures on the internet. They aren't dressed in provocative ways in the streets, and you most certainly don't hear them speaking rudely to others or proclaiming that they are boss chicks, or they are secure in the bag, or they don't need a man.
We are going to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's being an IWWDNNM,
What?
an independent woman who don't need no man.
And sure you don't. The truth is we need each other, and men know that. That's why most men love forming families, and they love to patiently guide and protect his family as he casts vision for the future while honoring the fact that God is first. If you are a passport bro or considering to be one, please take some time to analyze yourself. Check your manhood status, and if you aren't quite there, put the passport away before it leads you to a more expensive mess than you would have had otherwise. Remember, everywhere you go, you take you with you. Your problems or shortcomings don't disappear simply because you picked up a passport. Men are resilient, patient, kind, strong, intelligent, willing to stand up for what's right even if it makes others angry, and knows how to control himself and his impulses. If you're not that man, find that man and learn from him so you don't set a trap for yourself. Passports ain't the answer. Manhood is. Family on Trial.